So now let's move forward. So you're young, you're 16 now, and you started Period Inc. What made you start Period Inc. and how did you go about doing it at such a young age? Like, what did you do?
I mean, yeah, so I had never like heard about period poverty or thought about period poverty before. But I started hearing stories directly from homeless women of using, things like toilet paper, socks, brown paper, grocery bags, cardboard to take care of their periods. And it was just kind of this wake up call for me of feeling like, one, how is it that we're in, at the time 2014 and we still have this issue? And how privileged do I have to be that I've never had to think about or know about or experience period poverty, right? And so to me, it was just kind of a wake up call. And since then, it's been more like kind of it feels like a duty, like what I meant to be doing and like what we should all be doing, honestly. And I just get more and more, excited by the work and frustrated by it. And, as I learn more, whether it be around the tampon tax, which existed in 40 states when I was starting and it's now in 30 states in the US, or just learning more about the effects of period poverty for various marginalized communities and, being schooled every day on how little I know about the issue and the history of it, the intersectionality of it, the role of language and etymology. And so, yeah, it's been a really incredible experience.
No, I love it. And that's why so many of us look up to you because it's a topic that must be spoken about 100%. And this is a question I've always had. And I know a lot of the ladies probably have it too. Where do these stigmas over periods arise from? Where do these stem from? Why are there stigmas about it?
Oh my gosh. First of all, I think that it's been around for the history of the world. And a lot of it is because, periods make human life possible, right? Fundamentally, biologically, the role of a period is very much in line with a female body being able to reproduce, right? And I think that as civilization is brewing, menstruation becomes, if you define in a sexist way women's purpose as being the ability to bear children, by definition, having a period is a failure to be able to bear children, right? You get your period when you are not pregnant. And I think that way already frames periods in a negative light. And I think that we see that in the root of the language that we use, right? I think that we see that in the Bible, in like Genesis, in the first part of the Bible that talks about menstruation being like a form of punishment for Eve, it being a sin to lay with a woman while she is, menstruating. In a lot of religious beliefs, kind of assuming that menstruation is really like cleaning your body of like unclean blood, right? So from the beginning, I think it is seen as unclean, a failure to be able to do this kind of purpose, right? And because of that, it's heavily stigmatized, and it's kind of this secret thing that we don't talk about, but is really at the root of so much gender inequality and like problematic gender roles.
No, 100%. And again, we love how you always talk about on your